Now try to understand that our GST is a dual GST. Our GST is a dual GST. Dual means there will be a central GST and state GST. That you mean by dual GST. Now there are other GSTs also there, but these are the two main. It's not, we have 4 GST. We'll come to, but actually if you hear the word dual GST, there is nothing wrong in it. It's basically, there are other GST, but basically these are the two GST, sender and state. Now this, what all things, so now there was an issue. Now I told you, now the power have been divided. Now the power have been divided between a sender and state. Now issues started cropping up one by one. Issues started cropping up one by one. One of the issue which took lot of time for the GST Council to decide was in relation to deciding the who will have the administrative power to assess, to check the SSC. That was a very important issue. It was there in the news for 3 or 4 months, continuously different from the time the GST Council was set up until February. This issue was there regarding who will have the power, whether the center. Now I told you the power have been shared to center and state. Who will have the power to administer an SSC? Who can inspect an SSC? His documents, call for the whether the proper tax assessment has been done. See, try to understand that power of assessment is very important. Now as of now, I told you now, service tax, the power rests with the center. Why? It was there in the central list. For the sales tax, that power rests with the state government. State authorities will do that. Why? It is there in the state list. Now things have changed. Now notice, now that power have been shared, now state started demanding that, okay, we should be given power to make most of the SSCs. SSC means GST SSCs. Now when you talk about GST SSC, it's basically about who use GST. It can be industry or it can be basically the business people who use, basically try to understand that who are the people who will be paying tax under GST. Mainly it is the business people who will be providing goods, who will be providing services. So and I told you regarding the threshold limit. If you are under GST net only, they will check it. If you are not under GST net, what is that GST net? What is the factor deciding the GST net? It is what? It is threshold limit. It is threshold limit. So in the case of a threshold company who are having a threshold limit of 20 lakh and above, they come under GST net. Now the government have to decide, or the GST council, not government, the GST council have to decide whether regarding, see, imagine you all are assessees. You all are assessees. Now there will be fight between center and state. I want this SSC, I want this SSC. Then there was a decision regarding how to share these SSCs. Initially there was a decision that up to a turnover of 1.5 crore, initially, present is different, I am just telling you. Initially regarding this issue, it was like this. People with a turnover of, not the business with a turnover of 1.5 crore, business with a turnover up to 1.5 crore will be given, the full SSC will be given to the states. It was like this, business with a turnover of 1.5 crore, initially, I am talking about initially, this was going on, will be given to the states, and above 1.5 crore. Above 1.5 crore, so up to 1.5 crore, that power will be given to states, and above 1.5 crore, it will be shared between states and center equally. It means that 50% for equally means 50% for states and 50% for center. But when this regarding there was the was not, it was the state demand. State was adamant that we want this up to 5.5 crore, whatever happens, will not give you, we'll take, and the GST council was not able to take any decision. It was going on like this. Finally, then the government said, okay, then if it is so, we will not give you services. We will give you only goods. You up to goods you take, 1 point, service will not give you, because you are not trained for services. Then finally in February, it was decided that, okay, a compromise have reached, that 90%, this is the late status, this is the final status regarding the SSC, final status, that is important for you. 90% will be given to states, 90% of the SSC will be given to states, and 10% will be given to sender. So finally, all the states were happy except one state, state finance minister. So again, that's a different case. Okay, I'm not going to. But again, but issue is settled. It issue is settled now. So with this regarding that issue of assessing regarding the administrative control. So there was an issue of administrative control, whether the administrative control will be for the center or state to respective assessees. So it was decided like this. I'm repeating again. If a business is having a turnover up to 1.5 crore, this value is very important. 1.5 crore, even though it is a fact, it's a very, very, very important fact. Several times this 1.5 crore have come in the newspaper. So it's not a fact, it's a universal fact. So up to 1.5 crore, 90% of the SSC will come under the administrative control of states, 10% will come under sender, 90, 10. Now rest. Now regarding the above 1.5 crore, 50% will go to the states and 50% administrative control will go to the center. Now, how to determine who will take regarding, now these are, you are all RSCs with people with 1.5 crore and above 1.5 crore. Now how it is, if it's very difficult not to share the SSCs, for that there will be a computer program, so there will be no problem. Computer program will decide, you sender, you state, you sender, you state, like this it will go. And finally, so anyway, this was decided. Now we will see actually, and again there is a finance minister saying again and again that don't worry, there will be no dual control for an SSC. Dual control means you are an SSC, the center will also assess you, state will also assess you, then you will again have a problem. No, there will be only one control. Again there is a question that, well, every year it will change for a same, this year in from the center a notice will come, next year from the state notice will come. So it says that, okay, that see, regarding those clarity, they will give, it will take some time, but it's saying that at least 2-3 years sender will, for one SSC it will be sender. Again it will be decided by the computer only. So we have to decide, we have to see it. See, that's all technical details. There may be minor changes into it, but it's not important for you from regarding that. But what is important for, this is very important. This is very, very, very important, because this was one of the issue which have took GST to be late. It should have been, it took at least three months to decide, or more than 3 months to decide regarding this SSC or administrative control regarding. So there were different name to it. There was, so this is actually, it's what is called as cross empowerment model. Cross empowerment model means like both will have, center and state will be having empowered to take the SSCs. Okay, so just be clear with, so this is one issue regarding the GST. So that is now settled. Then the other issue. So see, be very clear with one by one. We have discussed regarding threshold limit. That was very easy. It was decided. But this issue took lot of time to decide. Now that is also settled.